Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. Joining me today are my wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel and allow me to keep the lights on and do all these cool, wonderful, crazy, and amazing things. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Hello.
It is so good to see everyone. I'm just making some minor tweaks and adjustments, so don't mind me. There we go. Ha. But yes, it's so good to see everyone. I cannot wait for today's game. So let's get stuck straight into it. Starting, of course, with our sponsor announcement. Guys, as you know. Oh no, who died?
Schoolie.
Schoolia! Oh no.
No.
Oh no, Schoolia is gone. That's right. I'm so sure Scully will be back. But in the meantime, we have sponsors. What do our sponsors do? Our sponsors help us keep the lights on here at the Dead Aussie Gamer channel, as well as to look as good and professional and amazing as we do. And for that, we would like to thank the following individuals. Boom. Hero Forge for the wonderful art you see on screen here, all of the tokens. You can see that we have All Things Fantasy, aka Navander, in sporting their new Hero Forge avatar. You know, things like this are use what we call a bespoke 3D model making software that allows you to design, create, and then 3D print incredible models for your use at home games or just as a nice little bit of commemoration for your adventures. These things are so high quality, durable, and absolutely beautiful. They come in premium plastics, and the color plastic is actually really freaking awesome as well. And of course, they have a wide variety of stuff that constantly updates with new things, and with their kit bashing, there is very little you can't make using it. So yeah, look, you know, it's awesome. Go check it out. Then we have Sirenscape for the wonderful sound effects you'll hear throughout the course of the game. You'll hear a bunch of sound effects that come courtesy of the actual module that we are running. So the 7 Dooms of Sandpoints is actually a module that you can use from their soundboarding. And yeah, like myself, you can play it online to help immerse your players into an epic arena of sound. And yeah, it's amazing. And then we have our lovely folks over at Fantasy Grounds for the VTT that we use. All the cool stuff that you can see, the maps, the tokens, the dice, all of this is used using Fantasy Grounds. And if you follow the link, you can obviously throw a little bit of a kickback to DAG, as that is one of the affiliate codes as well. So hey, if you're looking at getting into Fantasy Grounds and want to help DAG out, hey, that's a good way too. All right. Cool. One other new announcement, and that is, of course, guys, it is that time of year again where we have the Crit Awards. The Crit Awards are now up for nominations for this year's award ceremony, and as such, we like to support our friends who are trying their hardest to commemorate and to honor the people who in the TTRPG industry work tirelessly in order to bring entertainment, joy, and of course games to folks all over the world. If you have anyone like myself or others who you would like to nominate for an award, follow the link and go check it out, fill it out, and you know, hey, you know, like, look, Dag loves the Paizo materials, so if you want to continue you know, throwing out tons and tons and tons of votes towards, like, hey, the Dead Aussie Gamer is like super into Paizo and Pathfinder and stuff, hey, you know, I always appreciate a good nomination. So so yeah, throw the names out there, let's see how it goes, and yeah, we'll see, maybe, you know. Cool, so there you go. That is our announcements and our stuff. Oh, right, and also right now, this is the last stream for the Dag of Holding, just so that people can, you know, be aware of that. Which is a special donation stuff, which we'll talk about a little later, but just, you know, in case I forget to mention it, you know, it's a special thing. And this is the last stream for it, so there you go. All right, now, while I go and acquire a beverage and find out what happened to Schoolie, let us very quickly throw this into the mix. Alright, right, Skulia's internet has died.
Okay.
Now you're muted.
All right. Well, Skulia had 2 cameras, sadly. So that's going to be the best for now until I fix things and go check things up. Internet is starting up. PC is connecting. Okay, cool. So Skulia will be back in a moment. Skulia, when you get in, just, you don't need to join in on the second camera. I'll leave that one there. All right. Let's do introductions. Ziak, a.k.a. Rock Protector. Start us off and, take us into the intro.
All right. Hi everybody. Like Dag said, I am. Oh, okay. I am. I'm Rock Protector, and I play Ziak. He's a thaumaturge Kolo, also known as the party's monster hunter, the knowledge of monsters, or he tries. Apparently, nothing ever has a weakness. But yeah, he was raised by his adopted parents to be a monster hunter. Yeah.
Schoolie, I know you're back.
Yes. Oh, am I next?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm playing Cinderio, the sometimes fire-loving cleric of Soundray. That's apparently facing our dark side while she once again saves Peyton from the abyss.
I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Neil from Version Diversion, and I'm playing Peyton Ramon, human rogue. He is a thug, but he's trying to do a little better, help out a friend in town. And yes, he constantly gets healed by Sidariel, and he apologizes for it, but he also does it so that no one else gets hurt. But yes, anyway, yeah, he's pretty low in HP, and also, well, he got healed recently, so I guess it's a long story, but he goes up and down a lot of the times, so.
And hey everyone, I'm Matt from All Things Fantasy, and I play Navanda, the rancher here in Sandpoint. Once a member of the Sable Company Marines, an expert military air-to-ground force, now semi-retired, living with his wife in a ranch, in a chicken ranch, no less, in the Sandpoint hinterlands. He has been teed up with the group to make sure that they don't either destroy Sandpoint or themselves as they try to take down the 7 dooms that assault it.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that intro, everyone, and apologies again for the camera shuffle, but it happens. Who gives a shit? So, so as we
It was the timing. You did a countdown, and my internet thought that was the countdown for it to go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, perfect. Now, as we jump on through, guys, we do have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely and amazing audience members. Guys, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for giving us your time and energy. It is greatly appreciated to have you guys be a part of the show, and as such, we invite you behind the GM screen to come and have a bit of fun with us while we get started. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to influence the game. Wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine interventions, divine healing, and much, much more are available to really help power through the group through, and costs you nothing but your time. So there you go. Subscribers, you earn channel points a little bit quicker, so hey, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. Then, of course, we have some monetary donations, which go a little further and give a more tangible result to my players. Now, I'll take a moment here to point out that my players are currently fully locked in on hero points and nat 20s here. Okay, so it is my imperative duty. It is my right and my divinely granted purpose to go as hard as I can on them today so that they can spend some of these. Otherwise, I'm not going to earn any money off these shows, you know? Like, I've just got to make them frickin' just go, all right? But, you know, nonetheless, you can still donate to the DAG and, you know, help me out with all my stuff. So, no worries, Jen. See you later. Always good to see you. Mwah. All right. So the monetary donations. First of all, for $5, you can donate to give either a player a red mark, but they're full, or me a purple mark. These are hero points and jinx points. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards in front of me. The first deck is a deck of plot twists and flashbacks, which I will then use as a story prompt in order to influence the game. Because while we run a scaffolded module game, I do like to keep things on their toes, making custom content for my players as well as my audience members, so there's that as well. Then we have, of course, our deck of heroic actions, which is our other $10 reward, which can give a player of your choice a free superpower that they can use and a hero point, which, yeah, also they can use. For $20, you can donate to give someone a coveted golden natural 20, which, of course, is exactly as it sounds. Another, just a nat 20. It is what it is. And it is sometimes your means to succeed in some of the cool stuff that you're doing. Then, of course, we have our $50 donation, which is a boss buff or a magic item. The boss buff is a massive boost to the encounter that the group is facing, something that turns a deadly encounter even more deadly. This could change the parameters of the fight, it could change the environment, it could change the prerequisites for victory. All of these things could change. It is a huge boost to the bad guys. Then, of course, we have a magic item, which you can provide to a player of your choice. This can be an item you design as a homebrew thing. It can be a meme. It can be a fun little thing, but I will translate it to Pathfinder and make it an item. Or alternatively, you can ask me to make an item in general. Just, you know, throw me some inspiration or just say, hey, what do you think would be good for this person? And then, of course, you can order something from their wish list and just give it to them, and then they can have some cool items. So, yeah, there's that too. There's also a new tier, which is coming out very soon, which will be a group blessing coming from the audience. I'm working on it, and we're basically giving a divine granted blessing, which will be a permanent buff to the entire group for that entire session. So that's coming soon, very, very soon, but not right now. Just wanted to let people know about that. And then we have our $100 secret menu item. Now, our heroes are currently delving and diving into the pit, a place known as, the pit in the Devil's Plateau, where they are trying to stop 7 terrible dooms. Now, in the latest area that they have explored, they have found this creature known as a Darrow, who has been doing science down in the bowels of the area, and he's looking for human bits to conduct his experiment, which is a bit odd, but our group is helping for some reason. During the expedition, they have been confronted by various doppelgangers of themselves, first Ziak and now Sindariel. The $100 secret menu item for today plays upon these, in the sense that if we get the $100 secret menu item, each defeated person will provide a unique power to the person who it is mirroring. So you've already defeated Ziak, and it is retroactive, so we will provide Ziak's power to them immediately. But also, we are currently facing off with Sindariel, so we would also get that power as well, and so on and so forth. So yes, unique powers provided to my players, which are custom homebrew ones that I will have created. So there you go. That is the $100 secret menu item for today. It is the clone buff, I guess.
Clone buff.
But you have to eat the clone. Like, once you kill it, you have to...
No.
No, you don't.
It's like the one, you just absorb them.
Yeah, it's like the TV show Heroes, you know? Like, you know? Yeah, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Eat the brain.
No, he never ate the brain. Do you know what? Okay, sorry. I'm just taking a moment here. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand. Me and superheroes have a very thing. Listen, okay? Silas, okay, was a serial killer throughout the whole thing. He ended up at some point or another actually finally showing us what his process is to absorb powers. And it turns out all he needed to do was look at their brain. That's it. Just physically look at their brain. And then he's like, cool, I've got it. And the reason people died was because he didn't know how to put the skull cap back on. Like, that was the only thing he didn't do. He just, like, why don't you just, like finish the operation? Look at their brain, put them back, and you're done. He didn't want to kill anyone. He didn't need to kill anyone. Made no sense why he did. It was one of the biggest plot holes that I ever thought. I was just like, but why?
Well, it's either that or their heart just gave out from the shock of it happening.
But they don't. That's not how the brain thing
Oh, no.
works. And he knocked them out most of the time too. Anyway, I digress. The point is, the writer's strike of that year was fucking brutal. Anyway, I know I'm all depressed. No, it's fine.
No.
I'm so glad the young members are. It's a great show. Fucking Hiro Nakamura. Fucking my guy. Anyway.
Hell yeah.
And I haven't watched Heroes Reborn either. Apparently they did
It's okay.
Yeah, I heard it was
It's
okay.
okay.
I want to watch it though. I might binge watch it after this. Anyway. I'm playing a game. Stop distracting me with superheroes. Who did this?
You did it.
Matt.
You did it.
Yeah, I did.
You're welcome.
Save the cheerleader, save the world. Okay, let's go. Now. I did. It was me. Okay. I think that's it. Are we good? We got the things? Yeah? Guys, you ready to
Yeah.
play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! All right. Without any further ado, when last we left our epic heroes, the town of Sandpoint is a beautiful and sequestered location. A town that has been very often faced with a number of adversities and dangers. But thankfully, heroes have risen time and time again in order to protect the town and the people there within. One of these threats, a woman by the name of Nawalia, who had allied with goblins in order to set ablaze to the town as a burnt offering, was killed by these heroes. But the local town priest sought to redeem her by forgiving her in the afterlife and allowing her to pass on. As a penance and requirement for her to accept the forgiveness to be truly done, she informed our heroes of 7 dooms coming for Sandpoint, all stemming from a place in the Devil's Plateau. Banding together, this unlikely group of heroes have begun their quest to try and save the town from these hidden threats. The first, the Goblin Grave Knight, Rip Nugget. The second, driving away, I guess, a cult of the Sandpoint Devil. But more threats are yet to come, and our heroes continue their search. But along the way, they have encountered themselves. A monstrous version of Ziak approached in the darkness and attacked our group while they were exploring. After felling it, the figure of Cinderiel appeared, wreathed in flames, with a fierce and burning temper. As our heroes confront what could only be doppelgangers or some sort of other shape-shifting creature, our heroes, well, try to figure out what the next doom could possibly be and how they can rise to stop it before it reaches the town. And it is here our adventure continues. All right. So, without any further ado, our heroes now face off with Cindariel's clone. Now, remembering correctly, after the battle with Ziak, Peyton was grievously injured, and after being visited by the clone of Cindariel, instead of forcing herself into a direct confrontation, has fled backwards in order to help her allies who were injured in the fight, leaving Westonson, Titus, and Navanda to face off with Cindariel. As the figure watches the others in the tunnel, Titus leaps to action, turning and attacking Cindariel. But before he is able to land a blow, a large gust of superheated wind begins to blow from Cindariel's hand. Navander, I need a reflex save from you, please.
Now I'd like to use my first nat 20, please.
Ooh, all right. Because you critically succeed, you step into this little side alley just as the wind carries Titus directly into Westonson, and the two of them fly out and into the tunnel deeper. Navander, the heat is so warm you can kind of feel your beard and mustache singeing from the intensity of the heat. This is something you've not seen in Cindariel. Even though Cindariel worships the god of fire and the like, there's always been this lingering fear, this lingering caution and respect around flame. This person, whoever it is, has no such fear and no such respect. The fire burns intently, and you're fairly confident as you kind of like almost half peer around the corner. You can see that using the spell, her fingertips have started to turn to charcoal.
You're gonna burn yourself away, kid, if you keep using stuff like that.
She turns her eyes to you, and she says, "This is only the beginning. The greatness of the flame god, to burn and expunge evil from this world. If my flesh is the price to pay, then so be it. You and your friends are next."
I'd be a little bit too, friends, really? You're gonna use that word, friends? Alright. If you want to die by your own spells, that's on you, kid. It's not my problem.
All right. And with that, let's move to Peyton. Peyton, battered and injured, claw marks running through your body, and giant jaw prints on your shoulder and back. You see Cindariel approach you.
Oh, hi. Are you okay? Everything good? Ow.
Well, hopefully you're going to be better soon. And I get a funny feeling you're not going to like what's coming down the corridor.
Why? What's happening?
She'll do a side eye to Ziak, saying, Ziak isn't the only one that's had a copy made.
Oh, fuck. Who else? Who is it this time?
Me. Actually, squeaks the word me in case it didn't come through the microphone.
I heard it.
Okay.
Very cute.
That's funny. Me. It's like. I'm sorry. I could have sworn I just heard you say you. God damn it. I start walking down the hallway, or start walking towards the 5. Oops, that was here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, something like that.
Yep.
And then 5, 10, 15. I'll just go up to Navander and say, "All right, what's going on?"
He's using some sort of hot air spell that's kind of blowing everyone away. Westonson and Tides are already down that corridor there.
Okay.
Are you gonna rush in, are you?
No, it's
That's a
Sandariel.
good
Like
decision. You're learning. Very proud of you, Peyton.
Sandariel told me it's Sandariel. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm
Commander, you
gonna
do
take the
notice
last
that-
turn to just kind of
You also
talk
do
to him, but
notice
at
that,
this.
Sorry, real quick. Navander, you do
No, you're
notice
good.
that Peyton is bleeding profusely from the battle with Ziak.
Did Sandariel not treat you?
She did a little bit, as I remember. I did get healed last session, but from her. But
Did we heal last time? I thought you.
Yeah, I ended with battle medicine.
Oh yeah, battle medicine.
got-
Right, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got some bandages.
so I will take this the last turn. My last action will be to talk to Navander, kind of
Yep.
prepping myself to get ready to go confront Sandariel.
All right, Navander, you're up.
You know, I was very proud of you for not rushing in, Peyton, but also slightly disappointed that you didn't stay and get a little bit more healing.
I mean, if you want, I can go back.
Well,
No, it's too late now.
Actually, Neil, no, you can't.
I know. That was me talking to Navander. So Navander's like, "All right, I'll leave you to die then."
One day, Peyton will learn. Alright, let's see how good the other Sandariel's armor is going to be. First of all, let us do a little bit of frostbite. Navander's going to quickly reach around the corner and blast a frost spell.
All right, by all means. Unfortunately, as you do so, the hot air just starts eating away at your spell and just dissolves the spell itself.
Alright, that figures.
The heat is just way too intense.
Well, let's see what an arrow is going to do then, shall we?
Alright, with bow in hand, you turn out and you fire. Even though the arrowhead does ignite and set ablaze, the fletching turns on fire. It does manage to hit its mark, dealing no damage.
Did you see that, Peyton? This Sandariel is using some form of ability that can protect her from ranged.
Actually, this one,
Good
the
thing I
arrow sort of
can't
goes
throw
through,
anything.
and it almost looks like the flames just engulf, like almost like her body is like composed of flame. It sort of goes through her and out the other side.
Ah, okay. We're gonna need some form of powerful ice magic, or maybe Cinderella has an idea about what her abilities can do.
Okay. Ugh.
You sure you don't want to just walk away? Giving you a chance now.
Giving you a chance to surrender so we can get some extra boosts.
That's it. That's 3 actions.
All right, done. Okay. Back to the top of the round, we go to Dark Cinderial. Dark Cinderial will move up to Navander and Peyton. She reaches forward and in a 30-foot blast, which is just going to hit Ziak. I need reflex saves from everyone. Oh wait, no, hold on. No, it's a fortitude save.
Oh, damn.
Interesting. Fortitude save.
$22. Nice.
I can roll the die. I just can't roll my fortitude because the character thing hasn't loaded up yet.
That's okay. Roll the just roll your regular dice. Your fortitude is a 13.
13. Okay.
Nice. So 27.
All right, very nice.
27.
Okay, so unfortunately, that is a failure for both Ziak and Peyton,
Oh,
Really? Dang.
and half damage to Navander. For 37 points of fire and void damage as she wreathes you both in black flame.
Can I use my nat 20 to pass that?
Yeah, what's your total with your nat 20?
30.
30. Okay. So with a 30, that's just a success. That is a critical success.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you take no damage.
Okay.
Ziak, did you want to use a hero point or a nat 20?
nope. Just take it.
Just taking it. All right. So that is, let me write this down, 37 damage to Ziak. And Navander, you take 18 damage. Now, as this happens, those of you who have been injured will also make a will save.
Oh,
Man, it's gotten crazy in here.
crazy.
There's so much fighting.
All right, Ziak, you're good?
No.
Amanda would like to
Oh.
do a hero point, please.
Yeah, me too.
You'll both like to do a hero point? All right, let's do hero. Oh, yeah. No, let's
got
make
that.
this. Let's make this dangerous. I'm going to use Jinx point and counter the both of you. Both of you critically fail, which means,
Yeah.
which actually means the both of you have weakness to fire 10 now.
Oh.
This is a curse. So until you have removed curse placed upon you, that is your reality. Fire hurts.
Wait, it says Ziak rolled a save with a nat 20 on that.
No,
On
no,
the will save.
I rolled it, but then Ziak rolled it as well.
Oh.
But I realized I didn't
Got
need
it.
to because the boys were rolling it. So once Navander rolled, I
Gotcha.
was, yeah, letting Ziak do that one.
I was like, oh no. Okay.
All right, so there we go. So both of you have weak
Oof.
10 to fire, and that is it. Move action, 2 actions to create the black flame that ran through between you guys. All right. Which then brings us to Cindariel herself. Cindariel, you watch as the fire just erupts behind you.
Yep. And obviously I can't see half of them. So, with a deep breath, Cindariel charges towards the corridor of fire. Although she probably doesn't want to. But she will, because she knows her friends are in danger.
Alright. Seeing you, the other Cindariel focuses on you. You can tell she doesn't want the others.
Okay. Sorry, I'm mentally trying to work out how to say this. It's such a shame that you're clearly trying to abuse all the power that was bestowed. If only you'd chosen a better path.
You
But-
sanctimonious wench. You think you know me. You think you speak for us just because you share our face. You know nothing. You think you serve our God by going around and mending people's boo-boos and rubbing them on their knees. But you forget that you dishonor the part of our God that says that those who hold evil will burn in righteous fire. You do not get to tell me that I didn't have to be the way I am. I'm proud of who I am, and I'll show you who you could have been if you had embraced your true power.
Cinderella's one response to that is just going to be the true power is protecting the people, not bringing the harm. I really wish you could have seen that. And for the last action, she's just going to cast Shield on herself because she knows that she's basically the target of everything at this point.
Alright, you cast Shield. Alright, Ziak, you're up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move down the hallway for my first action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I think my speed's like 25. Yeah.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
kind of cramped up a little bit further, but what do you want to do now?
Okay. Am I allowed to shoot through allies?
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
All right. I
White
will...
vulnerability. Sorry.
What? Okay.
Sorry,
So
I just want to help.
Peyton's
I
yelling
will-
out. Peyton in character is yelling out metagame knowledge.
What the heck are you talking about, boy?
Use your skill. It's like a ghost of Peyton. He died once before. Use your skills.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice,
Yeah,
solid hit. So that gives you a total on your attack of, with your dueling pistols, 30, which compared to her AC is just going to be a regular hit.
All right. What's the damage again on that?
1d6 piercing.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
6 piercing, but as it hits, unfortunately, again, the bullet disappears into the flame.
Oh, so it didn't do anything.
The bullet passes through, much like the arrow did.
Okay. All right. Is there? Okay. Is there a way to move again, but get around her to the other side?
You can try an athletics check to push her aside.
Okay. I will do that. Okay. Athletics check. 13.
Okay, your athletics check for Ziak is a 16 compared to Cindariel's 20 DC. You are unable to push through, and you are now jammed in that little area with Peyton and Navander. All right, Peyton,
Sorry,
you're up
sorry.
next.
Sorry,
Alright,
guys.
Alright, I just kind of turn my head around and I just say, Scenario, I'm going to have to say this. You're going to have to get serious. You're going to have to attack yourself. And I'm going to attempt to jump over everyone to get onto the other side of Dark Sandariel using my quick jump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so hold on.
athletics
wait,
or
what are you doing?
I want to, since it's so cramped in here, and I want to get past Sandariel, or like Dark Sandariel. I want to try and use my first action to jump over all three of them. I have quick jump.
No, I'm aware of how quick jump works.
Yeah,
You know you're in a tunnel cramped in, right?
I know. That's why I want to jump over them.
Okay, I want you to close your eyes, Neil. I want you to imagine you're in a very narrow tunnel with 3 people crammed against the wall here. Now,
And the ceiling ain't that high.
from where you are, you want to just leap up and into the ceiling of the tunnel.
Well, I'm thinking of using them as leverage,
tall
so I
do you
can
think,
get
how tall have you how high do you think the impression of this tunnel is to you?
10 foot.
Yeah, barely 10 foot, if that. It'd be like, like 5.5, like 7 foot.
Yeah.
And you want to jump.
Well, unless I can push past, but in my mind,
You can push past. It's just difficult to push past. What I'm saying is you're going to jump straight into the ceiling.
Well, I mean, in my mind, the ceiling was a little taller. I didn't know how tall the ceiling was.
You're underground in narrow tunnels dug out by goblins and Deros who are halfling sized.
I'll just push past them and try to get around her.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to, like I said, I wanted to make sure because I realized I don't know what the impression is like in terms of because keeping in mind, imagine like if you were in a cave system.
Yeah.
Right. Usually the tunnels are as wide as they are tall. You know what I mean? Like that's generally a rough idea until you reach like large what do you call it? Large
Caverns.
Caverns. Thank you.
What about ravines? Well, that's more open though, but
yeah, that's also not a tunnel. Ravines are.
I know,
tunnels.
but there are like tunnels that are taller though.
Tunnels? Yes, a little bit. Yeah, there are absolutely. However, remember.
Well, like I said, I just didn't know how high this was,
yeah,
so
but also
I
remember,
would have.
you do have an
I should have
entire
asked.
floor above you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that's fine. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just try to walk around them and get past them then.
All right, athletics check to try and push past Cindariel.
27.
27 is enough to do so.
All right, 5, 10. So something like right there.
All right. As you do so, she lays her hand on you. Called Opportune Flame. Oh, no. She can't do that one. Never mind. Oh. No, this isn't a... Yeah, no, never mind. Carry on. You're good. You're good.
Okay, so first actuals move. I know Cinderio's not strong, so if this is the same, if this Cinderio is the same, like strength-wise looking, I'm going to attempt to grab her, and then third action try to restrain her, so she can't
All right.
use her
very well.
hands to try and cast stuff.
All right. Make an athletics check as you try to grab hold of her.
26.
That I think does it. If it doesn't, that is also fine. 25 is the DC. So yes, that does grab her. As this
Nice.
happens, you begin to burn. You realize that holding on to Cinderio, she is running crazy hot.
Mm-hmm.
As you take 21 points of damage. And the curse. Make a will save, please. 29, I think. Is
29.
Fine. 29 is fine. You ignore the curse
Okay.
for now. But yeah, basically you are roasting.
And then third action, I guess, if it's a restrain to kind of keep her from using her magic, because I think it's still, you still need the hands for. I kind of been seeing Cinderella using her hands to somatics, right?
Like the real Cinderio?
spells?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm trying to restrain her so she can't use her hands to cast any more magic with my third action. Then I yell, "Oh!"
No, yeah,
if I can do that. Okay,
Yeah.
and then I just yell, "Cinderella, do it!"
So hang on. So you've moved, grappled, and now you're trying to restrain or move to restrain.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Make another athletics check.
19. Probably a fail.
19. Yes, that is indeed a fail. So that will not restrain restrain them.
Can I use a hero point?
Sure. By all means. Let me just expend your hero point here.
Okay, I was gonna say let me just use a jinx point and.
I don't need to.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. You're gonna roast yourself alive.
24.
24. No. 25
That's
was
still
the
fail.
DC.
Okay. Damn.
Okay.
Okay, that's
also,
fine.
thank you to Cookiemon Steve for giving us the first of the clone secret menu items, Ziak.
Ooh.
You are now the proud owner of two things. First of all, you may now select a class feature for your character for free.
Ooh.
So basically, you just get a free class feature. Can be of any level up to this point. Secondly, you now have an ability called Berserk. Your Berserk form will increase your jaw damage by 1 category, turning it in from 1d6 to 2d6. In addition, you gain a +2 to your strength, dex, and con. However, you do take a -2 to your you will take a penalty to your will saves and basically your resistances to mental attacks.
Okay. Is it kind of like Barbarian Rage?
Oh, you know what? That's actually better. Let's go with you will gain the Barbarian dedication feat, and then we'll give you rage,
Ooh.
and then you can choose other rage powers as well. I like that better. That's cool. I like
That's
that.
cool.
All right.
Okay.
We also have the Dag of Holding unlocked. So how much did we beat that by? So 75. So one moment.
We beat it by
we're
100.
halfway to the next one. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me just do that real quick. Okay. All right, we are halfway to the next one. That was really quick. Thank you so much, Cookiemon Steve. As always, coming in one of our big supporters of the channel and one of our very, very beloved members of our Pray for Death and Curse the Crimson Throne table. All right. So, as for our Dag of Holding, the Dag of Holding is a special reward that we do if we hit the month's survival check. The Dag of Holding is where I provide the group that hits the goal with a special item from my homebrew games and the like. So, Sindariel, as I am very impressed by your beautiful diplomatic speech, I'm going to provide you with these very rare sugary treats, as well as a recipe to create them.
Ooh.
These are Ulfin honey cakes. Ulfin honey cakes, blessed by the sun. These tiny, delicious, sugary treats have 3 potential effects depending on the time of day you eat them. They gain power that rises and ebbs with the sun. So, if you eat one during the morning, you will gain Quicken for 1 round at any point during the day.
Ooh. That's cool.
So basically, yeah, you eat it, and then at some point or another, you can say, I expend my honey bread's ability, and you gain Quicken for 1 round. The second is if you take it at midday. Midday activates the power of the Immortal, meaning that in the moment that you've eaten it at midday, for the next hour, you are impervious to void damage, spirit damage, as well as any kind of death effects.
Oh.
You also gain resistances to non-physical damage equal to 5. So you still take damage from, like, other stuff. And in the evening, you will gain concealment for 1 minute.
Dude,
at a time
nice.
of your choosing. All of these effects last for 6 hours. As in, not the effect, but like when you can call upon them. Now, Sindariel. Actually, Cookie, can I get you to roll a d12 in chat, please? This is how many Sindariel simply has on their person. And as I mentioned, you have a recipe for it. Now, recipe will require a culinary check to make, which is, of course, a crafting check, and it can only be done by a person who is a master chef.
Ooh.
You have 11 of these delicious rolls
Oh,
on
damn.
your person.
Yeah.
I was going to make it a d12 plus 1 in case there was a 1, but there isn't a 1, so you can have 12. Yeah, you can have 12. Yeah, Culinary Master, and the Culinary Master can make a number of these per day. And it doesn't cost that much at all. These are like dirt cheap to make. It is just the ritual that is required to make them.
Making me think Cinderella outside probably picked up the bag of rolls from the bakery before we left town.
Oh yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. That's right, because you guys did decide to
Yeah.
talk about
Cinderella
your
was talking outside.
about your
but-
infidelity with the bakers. It's like, God, I can't wait to go cheat on my wife.
Cinderella wasn't actually inside for all that.
No, I know. Just Actually, you know what? In hindsight, it actually probably does make sense that this is one of the things that Westinson or Ziak picked up. To be fair.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it to Sindariel, but I'll say that Westinson bought it for Sindariel from the baker. And the baker didn't really know. These were like a new batch of things that they were trying out. So, yeah. Okay.
Experimental.
Yep. Okay. So thank you. Oh my god, that was freaking amazing.
Yeah,
Ziak
that's awesome.
and Sindariel, please enjoy your newfound stuff, courtesy of our dear and wonderful benefactor. And like I said, we're only $75 away from a
you.
second Dag of Holding. Oh, and I know exactly what I'm going to do next. Okay, cool. All right. So was it? That was Peyton. Peyton has jumped, grappled, failed to restrain. Navander, you're up next. By the way, Navander, you can now see Peyton's face is starting to burn off as the heat is just really intense. By that I mean Peyton's got 2 hit points left.
Navander's going to shake his head disappointedly as he moves back out of the way.
Very well. It is not difficult to move out of the way.
Not that far.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
About there. About there.
Okay.
I will say she is off guard to everyone because I'm standing next to her. So, if someone else stands next to her,
Neil,
I'm sorry.
you're about to die, Neil.
I know.
Okay, good. And you are aware that all the other people who are directly in front of her are vulnerable to fire, meaning they all will take 10 extra damage of fire from this fire mage anytime they use fire. Now, I also want to point out...
Maybe I should have just tried to move her out.
And here's
so
the other
just
thing.
shooting down the other hole.
Do you remember, if I had any desire or want to have this character retreat for a while in order to come back as a villain later on, I can now no longer do that without killing you. So,
Yeah.
Evander, you have moved back.
He's then going to outreach one hand, the hand that's holding his bow.
And say, here,
And
this
then
is a
he
really nice
casts-
bow. Please don't kill us.
No, exactly. Dispel magic on whatever is producing that heat.
Oh, I like that. Okay. There is a slight and partially unfortunate feature of this. As you cast Detect Magic, it succeeds.
Dispel.
Dispel. Sorry.
Dispel magic.
As you cast Dispel Magic, you learn something very, very poignant and very, very unfortunate, and that is, it is no spell or magic that reads this other Cinderial in fire. It is an inherent innate ability.
Navander swears, grabs Sindariel, drags him back further into the cave.
All right, very well. Cinderial, do you resist?
Nope.
Get out of there, Peyton!
Ah, shit.
Okay.
He just yanks Scenario away. I'm like,
I
I'm trying to teach Scenario something.
I want to point out that was a very good idea. However, I will remind you the flames were a curse, not a spell. Remember?
Yep, I remember.
Do you
It
have
was
religion as a thing you can do, Navander? Like, are you trained in religion? No.
No, he is not trained in religion. He is trained in Arcane.
Unfortunate. Oh, actually, you know what? Sure, go with an Arcana. I think there's wiggle room here.
Okay. $26.
All right, with a 26. Target number is 19. This is not Cinderial. Your arrow went through her almost like she wasn't there. So did Ziak's bullet. She's not using magic. It's then you realize that she is not what she seems. While a duplicate in a degree to Cinderial, she is likely some sort of specter or spirit. And as you think about it, you hear and remember stories of witches that would wreathe themselves in fire and set themselves ablaze. Ones who would often use vengeance from having been burned alive in order to exact revenge on those they deemed responsible for their demise. They were known as the witch fires. And you believe that perhaps this Cinderial, given that she is continually burning, likely wherever she came from or whatever happened, she succumbed to those flames and became a part of them, and is little more than an angry specter bound to the flames that her body is comprised of.
Would that mean she counts almost like an undead?
Good question. One moment, please. Yes, she does.
Perfect.
I
As
thought
the
she'd
little
come-
buckanecker
I
scrolls
thought
around
she'd
his
be
feet.
more of an elemental than she would be an undead, but no, undead is definitely there.
So Navander drags Sandariel back deeper into the cave, telling Peyton to let go. He's going to turn to Sandariel that he has in his hand. That thing is not that creature, whatever that thing's form possesses. It's not a living one, Sandariel. Wreathed in fire, known as a witch fire. Have you heard of those before?
Cinderio, you can make a religion check if you would like.
Yep.
Nope, that's fine. 19 was the DC. All right. So a witch fire. Manifesting as sinuous forms wreathed in usually a sickly green flame. Yours is more red and black. An incorporeal undead forms when a powerful hag, witch, or caster dies in extreme rage or agony. The body at the center of the flame resembles the identifying creature in their moment of self-image realization, regardless of age or time or appearance at the moment of their death. It is how they see themselves. They often reside in bogs and swamps. That's the classic one. Often plagued by will-o-wisps. Yada 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 yada. They also have been known to function in covens, which turn them into even more deadly foes. In this particular case, you believe whatever this, like, let's presume these are doppelgangers, right? If they were doppelgangers, they would simply shapeshift to take on your appearance. Would explain Ziak for sure, because his form was not quite right and he fundamentally attacked similar, like nothing like Ziak did. Ziak uses his gun and his sword. This thing used claws and teeth, right? Much like in this case, you use cleric spells, healing magics, and the like, whereas this individual is just blasting fire out. These are not doppelgangers. These are something else. And whatever this happens to be, it is not you. It is not a duplicate of you. It is something else entirely that has taken your form.
Almost something that wished to be Sandariel at one point in time.
Yeah, likely so.
Yeah.
Or even probably now, given their, demeanor. Like, you remember the monster Ziak was trying to kill Ziak. You think that maybe they might be an incomplete, like, you know what? I will give you guys this just automatically. There is an item in Pathfinder called the Mirror of Opposition, where you create a clone of yourself identically. The clone's only purpose is to kill you and replace you. And when it does so, it replaces you with a perfect duplicate. You think this might be something akin to that. They want to kill you, and once they do, they'll complete themselves and get to become you. That's what you feel.
Don't think of this as some form of caster or magician, Sandariel. Think of it as an undead creature.
Can I hear them down the...
Yes, you guys can hear them.
Oh, okay. Then, in that case, I have my lantern up. I'm gonna roll a sateric roll. Then.
Well, that'll be on your turn.
Oh, okay.
Which, unfortunately, is going to come after the creature.
Okay.
All right, so Navander, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, gentlemen, it has been an honor and a privilege. She will start by reaching out and touching Peyton, because there is no reason to not. Grabbing onto your skull, landing a critical hit.
Damn.
Peyton, you take 45 damage as your skull turns to ash. You are dying, not dead.
Can I use a hero point to stay up
You may. I will
after
point
all
out,
this?
I will do it again.
Ooh, I
And
know.
again, and again.
Okay,
Are you
fine.
sure
I'll
you
stay
wanna
down
stay-
on this one.
Okay, good idea to stay down.
Yeah.
All right. Now that you are dying, you are also cursed. Now you can hero point that if you'd like.
I'll hero point the curse
Okay, very well.
to try and save it.
Let me roll that for you again real quick. There we go. The curse. There we go.
Oh, come on.
That's okay. It is a regular failure, not a
Okay, yeah.
critical failure. So you get weakness to
Yeah.
fire 5.
Okay.
So as Peyton falls down, your hair is basically like burnt clean off as you hit the ground. Ziak, it turns to face you. Oh, I didn't roll the cooldown. Hold on 1 second. Cooldown on its flame is 3 rounds. Ah, okay. Well, it is then going to use its next attack to try and grab hold of you, Ziak. Well, not grab you, but like, you know, same thing.
Touch.
Did I add the -5 to that?
It does say multi-attack too.
Okay, well, yep. That is another critical hit. Ziak, that is 41 damage.
Ouch.
I think I'm down too.
In addition to your weakness. And you also hit the ground. Now, no one sees that.
No.
All you see
We
are
hear
several,
it.
all you see are several flashes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's see. What can we do with our music here?
Yeah, are you dead? Yeah, man.
Hey Sanka, you dead yet, man? Yeah, man. Hey Sanka, you can pee now. Too late. Here we go. All right. She's on her way. The light gets brighter and brighter as we go to Cinderio.
So, with the knowledge that this thing, because mentally she can only start processing it as a thing, because she can't think of it as Cinderella anymore, because otherwise she would freeze. She knows that there's only one thing that she can potentially do, which might help and might harm, or it might just scare this thing away. As having not heard of the other two collapse, because we're around the corner, as she will call down a holy light to try to purge this thing.
Very nice. All right.
So, and I will say,
With a prayer
If
to...
it-
Oh, sorry, go on.
if I don't get a critical hit, I'm going to be using the nat 20 on this, so.
Okay. As a regular hit.
I'm just going to use the nat 20 on this.
Very well. All right. And because you added in the additive of rebuking the creature, would you like that to be the crit card?
Sure, because this is, with the being undead, it does fire and spirit damage, so.
All right, let's do it. I'm pretty sure the fire isn't going to do anything, but
I suspect that's the
the
case as
spirit
well,
damage should, obviously, now that it's crit,
But-
like, even out.
so that's the
Nice.
fire damage, which is what I was
Yep.
expecting,
Cool.
and the spirit damage.
Nice. It is partially resistant to spirit damage. All right, but because you added in the rebuke, As the light fires down on it, she screams in pain. Her body dissipates. Though not dead, for the time being, however, she has been repelled.
And for last action, Cinderella just looks almost shocked at the fantasy. Part of me didn't know if that would actually work.
You did good, kid. Navander places hand on Scenario's shoulder.
You have this moment of like, you did good. And, you know, I'm glad to see that, you know, you are able to keep your head when the heat's turned up. And then, you know, like credits roll, like from the 90s, like kind of thing. Meanwhile, Peyton and Ziak are bleeding out and dying.
Yeah.
This is my-
It's just that. How did she get past those two?
It's Peyton. They probably dropped. Let's go find out.
All right. I need a death save from Ziak and Peyton.
Okay.
Ooh, 13.
Nope, I failed.
All right. Both of you fail. Hold on.
I think you
let me
can
just check
use
something.
the hero point to stay at 1 now, or
Yeah,
at least
I
reroll.
mean, if you can. But what are you wounded at all, Peyton?
No, we were divine healed before. Remember?
Yes, of course. Not a problem. In which case, you don't need to worry about it. Both of you guys will return thanks to the aid of Sindariel with the wounded 1 condition. You see the two of them. They are definitely worse for wear. You can see that they're for Peyton, most of his hair has been burnt off. For Ziak, you can actually see that he does have this large, like, blank, like, series of bald patches. But you see the wall behind Ziak is, like, covered in charcoal, except for this, like polo-shaped, like, imprint.
A reverse silhouette.
Yeah, the reverse silhouette.
Is it a colo, or does it look like...
It's a cola.
Okay.
I mean, don't forget, your disguise is an illusion, not a shapeshift.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was always thinking.
So we just see the shape of a dog on the
What did
wall.
Ziak look
It's
like?
like-
The evil Ziak look like to everybody?
It looked like you. Oh no, because he didn't have your magic item. He's only got a thing that looks like your magic item. You know what I mean? Like, it's,
okay.
it's just, yeah.
Okay. Does everybody know I'm a colo?
We've seen you.
party.
We've
I
seen you
think
without
this-
your hat once or twice.
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
you have?
smell.
Oh,
you
okay.
smell very hyena-ish as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
What smells like wet dog every time it rains?
What
All right.
do
As
you
you two,
smoke burn?
okay, as you
Sorry.
two slowly come to in front of Cinderella and Evander, we will leave you guys on this scene to discuss what you would like.
Oh.
Should we keep going, or well, they said there was doppelgangers of the rest of you back in the town. Should we go stop them?
I don't think they were doppelgangers. I think there was something else. In any case, yes, there could be issues in town, but we've got to take priority. Something down here can destroy what's happening in town. People out there, these others, can only mess with our reputation.
Do we have anything that can let them know in town that we're not the in town?
You watch
Yeah,
as
like-
a tiny ghost cat seems to brush up past Navander. Navander,
yeah.
the ghost cat seems to, well, usually spells misfortune for you. What do you do as it brushes up against your leg?
Look down, raises his eyebrow. What is it?
It looks up at you and meows. As it does, I need you to make a reflex save.
Yeah, that figures.
Nice.
Can I elect to fail the reflex save?
Sure, you may.
Perfect. We'll do that.
Okay, very well.
Wow, I never heard of that
Uh,
before.
Now, from above you, some dirt falls into your onto your hat. Instinctively, you look up, when suddenly a creature falls directly onto your face. It appears to be a tiny mole kind of creature with a hard shell back and a long tail. You've never really seen a creature like this before. Has a kind of a long snout. You could probably compare it to like maybe a rat or a hedgehog or something, but with like armor.
Blindly, I try to
It's
grab
got
it
armor.
by its neck.
It
and
sort of
pull it off me.
hangs in the air.
All right, what a year.
It sort of wiggles. It can't really defend itself. It's just sort of like, yeah.
I mean, could we roll to identify it?
Nature check if you'd like to identify it.
Come on, Zach, you're a monster hunter. You should know what this thing is.
Okay. Where's my skills? There's my skills. Nature. Okay. Maybe. Nope. It's definitely not a monster, but I know that.
All right. You're not quite sure what it is. It's not quite as spiky as this one is, but it's about the size of maybe a small dog kind of thing. Yeah, you've got no idea what it is.
Then places it on the ground.
As you do so,
Off you go. Run off.
as you do so, it tucks its head into its body, turns into a small ball. Then, it immediately unfolds and holds what looks to be a small cylinder. It looks like it's trying to give it to you.
Cautiously, Navander will take the cylinder, keeping an eye on this thing the whole time.
Out pours gas.
The cylinder looks like it opens to carry a message.
Ooh.
All right, Sindaro, you trained at the temple. Write us a message.
Very well, Sindar will try to scrawl something. I'm guessing to Father Xantus, warning about
You open the scroll and you realize there's a message already in it.
I was gonna say, isn't there anything
Oh,
in
how
there?
convenient. All right.
What did you think was happening here?
It's just empty.
Oh, well, I guess this is mine
I
now.
don't feel bad about grabbing a. I
Alright,
don't
so
feel
Navander looks
bad
at the
about
words.
grabbing a evil scenario.
Good.
Navander looks at the words, shakes his head, passes it to Sindariel.
Okay. Oh, I think I'm frozen. Hold on, there we go. Aha! The words speak as follow. Hey! Well, if it isn't my favorite group of wandering adventurers, I hope that you get this because I've given it to some sort of wee beastie to go and deliver you a message from the town of Sandpoint. This is Granlog Iron Grog. I've decided to start a wee postal service here in town. You know, I figured, at least for the time being, having, to go out to sea all the time and they're like, well, it's a wee bit dangerous, especially given my near sacrifice at the hand of them, whatever, demon cultist things. I thought, at least for the very least, if I could show me gratitude, I could provide at least some help to the town that helped save old Granlog from the Reaper's cut. So here I am. These wee little creatures are, kind of a family trick. You see, they dig around and they burrow about and allow messages to be sent from one place to another. All you need to do is blow the whistle that I have attached inside the scroll here, and if any of our patented delivery servicemen happen to be within the area, they'll come over to you and they'll deliver you a message quick, fast, and in a hurry. It'll obviously come to me, the postmaster, first, but then after which I'll make sure your message gets to where it needs to go. I figured, given you're the only people I know currently running around in the hinterlands like a bunch of loons, that you'd probably be the first ones that'd be suitable to test this new postal delivery service system. I've also attached some wee crackers and some wine just to see if they'll hold up the transit. You look inside and you can see a broken glass with just like sloshing liquid inside of it and some very wine-soaked crackers.
The message also be soaked with wine.
Yours sincerely, Grand Log Iron Grog.
You really caught the
That's
accents,
awesome.
Ariel. I'm very happy.
Well,
That's convenient.
maybe it was me just trying to impersonate Weston at times.
All right, we should send a return message with a passcode that only we know, so that he knows how to identify the other doppelgangers. And of course, let him know about the doppelgangers.
Yeah.
I'll leave that in your very capable hands, Sandaro.
We believe in you.
Ouch.
I hope you're not expecting me to dictate what would be in this letter at this point.
No, the important thing is just the passcode.
Yeah, but this is Sandero. She probably would do better. Sandero will probably create a message that would include the statement of the fact that the delicate provisions did not survive transit, because he did ask for feedback.
He did.
He did, yeah. And mention the fact that there are various people that are not always as they seem, causing mischief in the area. And what do we want our passcode to be, guys?
No.
I mean, considering who this guy is, might I suggest something from the fiery place that we actually rescued him from?
Yeah.
You can draw the sigil of the that was in the ritual chamber that he was in.
Yep.
Okay.
That's probably the best one, so he knows it's really us.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
All right. Once you do so, the pangolin awaits to hear where you would like it to go.
Back to your master?
Master.
He then
To the postmaster.
Postmaster.
Starts
Yeah,
to-
postmaster.
he digs into the ground and makes his way back to Sandpoint. All right.
Was that odd to anyone else?
That
No,
was
just
interesting.
me.
It's a little odd, but part of me is also a bit surprised no one's thought of expedient mail delivery services before.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was weird that I mentioned something about us getting something to them somehow, and then it just showed up. That was kind of a coincidence, but it's like, I don't know.
Devander takes his hat off, like tips it over, gets rid of all the dirt that's on top of it, places it back on his head. Get healed up. We'll move on.
Okay. I think to save Cindereal on spell slots, I'm going to drink the potions I have.
Okay.
I've got 3 lessers and 1 moderate left, so I'm going to start with the moderate, which is 10 and 3, 8.
Ziak, what about you? Do you want Sindero to heal you, Ziak?
20. And is this from 1 HP then, or
Well, I
since
do
we
have
got
healing.
backup?
I do have healing, but it says I'm fully healed. How'd that happen? Oh, wounded. Oh, okay, no, never mind. Backwards. I'm at
Okay.
0. Okay. I do have 2 healing potions.
Okay, so
So maybe I'll use them.
C8 minus 20.
Moderate.
And then
Wait,
I've
what's
got
moderate?
3d8 plus 10.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, so we got 0. And then lesser healings are 2d8 plus 5. There we go. So 11. I'll do one more.
Yeah.
Dang it. I right click. I need a new mouse. 16. Okay, so that's 21. Right now, wounds left.
Meanwhile, as Peyton's healing about, Navander wants to just
There we go.
double
Okay.
check some of the corridors that we haven't really looked into. Can you kind of scout up through this area?
Sure. Let's
See what happened to Titus and Westonson?
no. 'Cause they-
No.
They're just gone.
Well,
They
fine.
they fell in the hole that you fell into.
Yeah, they fell back in that hole that takes my players out of the game forever.
But
Also,
it's either that or Titus is strung up by the spider
Damn it, not
that
again.
Blood's done before.
also poking out from a rock now that all the fire has gone out, Mazer might appear. Hopefully.
Yeah, sure. Raises around.
Yep.
Roll a percentage actually.
Oh damn!
A 4.
Mazu
shit.
has a severed arm.
Oh no!
No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. Mazu is carrying a severed arm.
Oh,
I
I was about to say, like, oh my
god.
I was scared like
Damn.
that.
So I'm at 26 wounded. I don't know if that's okay or
That's okay. I'm at 21 now, so
okay.
I got one more left if I need it. What does the arm look like? Does it look like it's from the troll or the giant that we fought before?
No. It looks like just a person.
Oh, okay.
Good job, Miser. Gives her
I
a
mean,
big scratch.
we have part of a humanoid then for the one dude.
It's fine. It's best you don't worry about it. Happened all the time.
We don't need to know who it was from. Because we don't know what's down here.
Does it look like old or does it look like new?
That looks very
Is it-
fresh.
Fresh. Oh, shit. Maisie just
Navander,
killed a human around the corner.
where was the human that Maizu took that from? As far as I'm aware, all the Celtics from here were gone.
My experience after Miser's taken an arm, they usually come to find us. So it's best if you don't worry about it. They'll find us. Usually they try doing a lawsuit, but because we were part of the Sable Company Marines at the time, all of them just kind of fell through. Huh. Funny how that happened. Nirvana gives you a smile and wink.
So we're not gonna find the person who lost their arm.
I mean, they're probably dead.
All right. Well,
Well, I mean,
find this. Let's keep going.
Well,
Dang devil.
if we had an easier way to find out who this arm belonged to, I'd say let's do it. But we're kind of on a time crunch too. It seems like with the town being attacked by us, probably, or at least us being there can cause some problems.
Not attacking. It's probably not attacking us. It's probably just like making you guys have a bad name.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I already have a bad name, so
They're gonna
just
have
make
a
the
bad
worst
name.
one. I'm gonna have a bad day. All right, let's go.
Which way?
And
Where are we going?
Stereo stands basically there crossroads saying, okay, so we tried there. There was a path leading up.
There was a path up. Didn't we go that way?
No, I thought we needed to go down because up led to the goblins where we've just been.
Oh yeah, we went back into that one room with the giant. That's right.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think we could try
Yeah.
going this way.
In fact, Peyton, we
But
had
that's
to
our
run away.
lowlands.
We had to run away from that room with the giant.
But
Was
it was killed
well,
because
it was
that's when
killed, but it was killed by the fake Ziak, and we
Yeah.
immediately ran away. We didn't exactly.
I was gonna say we could go back to check the room out. It seemed to have some sigils that I thought were similar to the one Rip Nugget was in, but they looked a little different.
Well, given the nature of some of these dooms, part of me worries that they might be related to whatever these dooms are.
Yeah, it was. There was that painting that was in front of the room too. That was that looked like a fiery horse, right?
Mhm.
Like it was before that room. Do we want to go check that room out again and see if there's something that we missed?
I thought that was just part of the cultists' plans, but
I mean, everybody seems to be moving forward, so we might as well follow them. If we pass the room again, we'll check it out.
okay.
All right.
All right.
We'll go to where everyone else is going.
Oh, there you guys are.
All right.
You went on without us. We were talking.
The pathway that you find leads you upwards towards the goblins.
Hey, we need to go down. Oh wait, but I don't know.
You know how to get down. If you wanted to get down, you can just head that way.
Yeah, I think we wanted to go down, right?
I just found a vendor.
Yeah, we're just looking around, just scouting around, because I don't think I've gone up through this way. But that leads up to the goblins.
It does. It does.
Yeah, it does.
I'm
Okay.
gonna write on the wall, goblins this way, with an arrow. In short.
Enjoy.
Picture. Just a picture of a goblin. Just...
Oops.
Okay.
Okay.
we want to go down, right? Or
Yeah, I think.
Yes, down.
Wait, there was the hole here. If the hole is still there, can we just jump in the? I don't recommend jumping in the hole. How far was it, Novander? When you fell in?
whee!
I don't want to talk about it, alright?
Let's go down.
All right.
I think we just gotta go back this way then.
Heading back downwards, you find yourself back in the previous area, which will drop you guys just down to your checkpoint here.
Yep.
Whoa. Where'd I go?
All right, there you go.
Yep. I just closed the map and we went to the combat tracker.
Let's see. You
Yeah.
will have. So yeah, basically you would have gone all the way around. Now the places you haven't been currently are over here.
We were over there. Wasn't that the room with the Sumoris? Oh yeah.
The room beyond, Ty just looked in, heard water, and was like, "No, we're not going that way."
Yep, that's pretty much it. And you haven't gone anywhere past this room.
Wasn't that
because
the room with the?
No, that's this room.
Daryl.
You haven't gone past it.
Oh, past it. Okay. Well, I mean, we have the arm. We could go give it to the one guy. He was in that room. The
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 Darrow.
guy who wanted to the Darrow that was trying to cure their sun sickness, was it?
I don't know. I wasn't here for that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
the sun sickness that they're trying to cure.
Yeah. If we help them, they might help. They could help us go down further. Maybe.
I'm kind of sus about that. Imagine a scientist who's been working on genetic modification.
Given what we've just experienced.
We have shed a lot of blood down here.
True.
I'd be
I
the
will
one
leave it up to
making-
you guys then.
You
I'm
might
just
be the
saying
one making
options.
these doppelgangers.
We could
Maybe.
ask him.
Maybe, but he might know who is making them or creating them or how they're being made. Wait.
All right.
Go.
That way,
So you head down and you go to speak with the scientist again.
Oops. Yeah.
All right. As you approach, he looks at you and he says, "Ah, my friends, you have come yet again. This is very good. You have brought with you some piece of offering to perhaps allow me to continue doing my very fine work to make the Darrows once again rise back to the surface without fear of that accursed sun."
What else are you working on, my friend?
What else? What else? What else is there to work on? We Darrows are pretty straightforward. We don't like the sun. We like, doing things here and there. Every now and then we like to party, but we like to party. We like to party.
What about making parties?
Well, I mean, from time to time, we may dabble in trying to create the perfect organism. But, these experiments, they don't ever really go the way you planned. That's more of a, what is her name? Was ist das? Das just don't feel it's disc. That is the tall folk and their personal pet project thing. If you are looking for
Yeah.
people who create parties and the like.
You haven't potentially made a party of people that
He takes a
might
cloth and he
prove-
starts slapping you in the face. No!
Ah!
I just said that I didn't! You have asked me this question before.
Ah!
I have only just finished answering it, and you asking me again like I... Come, no, don't you run away. Come back here, you dog off! Stop!
my question.
Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth when they are coming out of my mouth. Otherwise, there's no point in you asking questions.
No.
He's done.
My question is, why do you work in the dark?
He starts hitting you with a... He starts hitting you with a cloth as well. I'm working in the dark because we are allergic to sunlight, as I've just explained. So we have adapted
No.
our whole bodies to working in the dark because the sun and the light and all of these things burn our flesh to cinders.
Oh, I remember that part. The sun. I didn't know actual
Yes,
light
all
made-
light, every light, all the light. Working in the
Oh,
dark.
okay. Got it.
I swear,
Ugh. Ouch.
all the powers that be.
See a vampire.
Yes,
I'm
huh?
not a vampire.
I didn't say that out loud. I didn't say that out loud.
Okay.
He doesn't think he said it out loud.
Yeah, we found this for you. Navanda's gonna throw him the arm. Navanda's going to throw him the arm that Maizu found.
You mean you throw the arm at him, not him at the arm?
You throw Maizu at the arm.
Slap him with the
I give the Darrow the severed arm that Maizu
Okay,
found.
that's right. All right. He goes, yes. Very fresh. I can make this work. Thank you. Trust me, you have done a great deed for the Darrow Kingdoms. Soon we will have a cure, and we'll be able to rise back to the surface once more.
Are there any more Darrows down here?
Oh,
other
so
than...
many. Thousands, hundreds of thousands. We all live down
Can
here.
you
Oh,
maybe tell them not to attack us since we helped you? We're just trying to get to the
Oh,
bottom,
what?
and
Oh,
we
you
don't
mean
really
like
want...
in here? In here. Ah, yeah, no.
In the pit, yes.
Wait a minute. I will have to check to see if there are any more Darrow. Oh, yes, there's the Magister. The Magister's over there. And then if there's anyone else. Is there anyone else? There are some over here. And is there any
That's a
more over
lot.
here?
His chat.
It's like-
Is there any more over here? Making me look through all the things.
I just imagine
I
him
was-
just like tapping on his head, like, is there any of the rest of us in here?
I was mainly just asking if we find any more Darrow, if there's a way you can tell them to
All right,
not
1 minute.
attack us.
The door opens. All right, listen up, everybody. There are some people coming through here. There's a burnt lady, a dwarf, some sort of giant fish with horns, some sort of wet dog-smelling man, a man-smelling dog, and some dude in a cowboy hat. These people, they're
Dude-smelling
cool,
dog.
okay? Don't attack them.
I was going to say, technically, Ziak would appear as a Darrow to...
Yeah. I did a smelly one of him then. Yeah.
No. He was saying that Peyton looked like a dog.
Oh.
Even though I have no hair on my...
He goes, okay, that concludes our announcements. Don't forget, of course, tomorrow is Taco Tuesday. And he then goes back. That should be cool.
Okay, thank you. Ugh.
So Darrow's going to do something that could be very, very stupid, but it might work.
Yeah. we don't get
She's
stupid
going to
tutorials
offer
often.
the scientist a blessing on behalf of Saturday, because if they can manage it, she might get more worshippers under the sun.
Aww. Blessing. Oh, my eyes.
Exactly.
Just burns up right then.
My retinas. No, that's fine. The blessing is appreciated, and he's actually kind of touched by the sentiment of like being welcomed into the sun.
Yeah.
All right. So, as you continue onwards, the next chamber is a large corridor with a bend at the end of the hallway, with a set of double doors immediately on your right and a door directly in front of you.
You just want to check the immediate doors to the right?
Sure. As the doors open, inside, who is closing the doors?
I'm not touching them.
Why is there...
It's still so very dark in there.
It is. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, it's because...
Oh, it's because you literally don't have light. Okay, that made sense. All right.
Oh, I thought I was late.
You were gone that long time, so Cinderio became the light.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
So, stone shelves hold a collection of books and magical equipment in this room, along the east and west walls of this chamber. While in the center sits 3 circular tables. You can see that there are 3 very, very, very dissected human bodies that lay sprawled on the table here, with even more magical tools and devices at play. A confusing medley of senses and spices, blood, incense, and unidentified chemical odors permeate through this entire chamber. Now, as this is happening, you can see what looks to be a series of Darrows who are toiling in this room, kind of almost playing mix and match with some of the pieces, the organs, the limbs, the flesh. And as they see you, they seem to have a moment to each other. They kind of look at each other, and they look at you. They look at each other, and they look at you. They're kind of weighing things up here, but at first you're unsure as to what this is all about until you recognize the three bodies on the table. They are of Sindariel, Ziak, and Titus, chopped into little tiny pieces.
What?
They look at you. They look at the. Yeah, there's just this very awkward silence. But that is where we're going to be ending today's stream.
Oh no.
Because they were all like,
Oh,
"Oh yeah,
God.
this must be the guy. These guys that everyone said was like super cool." And then there's your bodies like lying chopped up.
Like, what?
All right. Without any further ado, thank you very much, everyone, for coming and joining us. We hope you had a great time. I know that I did. This was a lot of fun, and it was super amazing. Guys, don't forget again, the nominations for the Crit Awards are up, so do consider going and, giving Dag a bit of support and also sharing with friends and families and other Discords. If we work hard, Dag can win another award, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. Even if we don't, it's always fun. It's always
Timing of the raid.
There you go. Oh, the shiny boy, welcome in. You literally have just come in at the end of our stream. I don't usually bounce raids too, so I'm sorry, but thank you for coming. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. Normally, today we start streaming 2 hours prior. So there's that. If you do want to, however, do feel free to come stop by our Discord. We like I said, we do RPGs, we hang out, we have a great community there. I was actually just saying that we are also doing a shout out for the Crit Awards, which are an award for role players and TTRPG content creators in the space. So if you have people like, for example, our wonderful and amazing raiders, the Shiny Boy, who wants to give a little bit of props and a little bit of appreciation to the content creators you love, go follow the link and consider to do that. It's always a good thing. Star Lady, mwah! Love your beautiful face. It is nice to see you, even if it's right at the end. Oh. Thank you. It is very nice. I wish I could keep the stream going a little bit more. But actually, the reason I'm not raiding and the reason I'm not going anywhere is because I'm actually going to be heading over onto YouTube to go and watch the Dingo Doodles 7-year anniversary stream, because they are dear friends of the channel and the like, and we're going to go help them celebrate as well. So if you are feeling up to it, do feel free to go over to Dingo Doodles on YouTube and go and hang out with them for a bit as well. So, there you go. In the meantime, guys, as always, as I like to say, thank you so much for your kindness, your attention, and your just the time that you spend getting to enjoy role-playing games with us. We do something silly, and we have a great time of it, and it just gets even better with you guys here as well. So thank you guys for being a part of the show. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to my wonderful players. Guys, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here next on Sunday morning for Pray for Death, our assassin-based adventure, which will start at 8 a.m. Western Standard Time, Australia. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And until we meet again, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks.
Bye-bye.